everyone. Again, welcome to the It's Time to Uncovert podcast episode and Covert Beauty's online launch party. Again, you are in the right place. Thank you for tuning in with us, and I am your Covert Agent 0615. I am so excited that everyone is here. I know everyone's been anticipating this day, as have we. The day is finally here, y'all. The website's going to launch. Our podcast episode is about to go live.
Woo!
It's just a whole bunch of awesomeness that's about to happen. As you all know, all of our eyelashes are inspired by real stories, by real women who have overcame their struggle. And today, in today's podcast, we will be learning the story, or actually hearing the story that inspired the Never Judge a Book by its Covert Chapter 1 lash. This lash will be available for sale today when the website launches.
Yay!
At our website, www.covertbeauties.com, as well as our awesome self-reflection mirrors with the LED lighting, so make sure you go buy those. So this lash was inspired by a woman who is a female veteran who survived military sexual assault. Her name is G.I.Pain, and we have her here today. So we can hear her story from herself. Welcome, G.I.Pain.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today.
We are so excited that you are here. So before we get started, I just want to give a little background to our listeners on what G.I.Pain really means for Covert Beauty.
Okay.
Covert Beauty followers. So G.I.Pain, it's not her real name, but part of being a covert operation, we provide the ladies that inspire our lashes with an alias of their choosing. Because, of course, as covert operations at Covert Beauty, you will never know the host or the inspirations of these lashes' real name or any other personal information. So G.I.Pain has agreed to come here today because we are launching our website with the lash inspired by her story to tell the story in her own words, here live in person at our launch party for our live recording of our first podcast episode. So G.I.Pain, again, thank you for coming here today. We're all excited. I know we can't wait to hear your story live. I just want to commend you for your willingness to come up and share your story on our podcast live with all of our followers.
Thank you so much.
So if it's okay, I want to go ahead and get into asking you some questions so we can learn more about your story.
Sure thing. Let's do it.
Okay. So the first question I want to ask you is, what is your believed perception that others have of you?
Oh, goodness. I believe that people, I think I'm misunderstood initially.
Okay.
I think that I come off, as hardcore and passionate, which some people have identified as being crazy. But I do have RBF, from what I've been told, which, makes me unapproachable at times, I guess. And I think some people would say, actually, I've had people tell me that I can be intimidating at times. And of course, these are all things that people say or think about me before they get to know who I am. Once you know who I am, it's different. I'm a different person.
Okay. So you have been told that you have RBF.
Yes, I have.
And so because of this, which, I think a lot of people, men and women, have RBF at some point, even if it's a natural facial expression, I think.
Yeah.
And so because of that, people are already intimidated by even trying to get to know you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's not fair.
Sure. It's not.
I'm sorry. Okay, so with this perception of you being, or just presenting yourself to others, or them taking your presentation as being intimidating, as being someone who you can't just come up to and start talking, was it difficult for you to talk about your situation that you went through that inspired this lash?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. It was extremely difficult for me to come forth with, what had happened to me because of, my reputation of being like this hardcore chick.
Okay.
You know, while I was in the military, I was always in the position of leadership, even, you know, as a junior sailor.
Okay.
You know, those are just the cards that I was dealt. So I did go through the whole who would believe me,
Mhm.
you know, phase, as far as me coming out and saying that I was sexually assaulted.
Mhm.
Because, I don't know, it's almost like people think that I don't fit the victim criteria, I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay.
Another thing I think that made it very difficult for me to come forth in reporting my sexual assault in the military is the fact that I was actually on the sexual assault prevention and response team as a victim's advocate at the time.
Wow.
And so that means that when other people were sexually assaulted in the military, I was the one that they came to and they made their reports to. I was the one that gave them their rights. I accompanied them to their forensic exams. I accompanied them to court martials and NCIS interviews. If they were sexually assaulted by a spouse or a partner, I was the one that was helping them, you know, get to resources so that they could be relocated to a safe space. And so it was like, okay, if I come forward and say I was sexually assaulted, having the knowledge that I have and understanding the sexual assault policy, would it be translated as me trying to set this person up because of my reputation? I don't fit the victim criteria.
Yeah.
You know, so that made it, you know, very difficult. And then another thing that made it difficult was just the culture of, you know, military sexual assault versus civilian sexual assault. And I would never, ever, ever try to make it seem like being a sexually assaulted in the military takes precedence over being sexually assaulted as a civilian. Sexual assault is sexual assault, you know. And I have empathy for anybody who's ever been through anything like that. But what I'm talking about is sexual assault in the workplace, in the military versus being a civilian. My perpetrator was actually a colleague, a coworker, right? So you have a regular job.
Yes.
Okay? So let's say you were sexually assaulted by a coworker and it didn't happen at work. It happened after working hours, and when you came back to work, the policy is you have to report to your director
Okay.
that you were sexually assaulted by this person, and then your director is the one that has the power to say, okay, we're going to get the police involved or not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So with me, you know, like I said, I was highly decorated. You know, I had a lot of responsibility, and so did my perpetrator.
Okay.
So our chain of command was very familiar with who we were. You know, and it was just something that was just uncomfortable to bring up because it was going to affect the entire command.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just you that would be affected by you coming out and saying this. It's everyone that was under you or that was working with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, wow. I do want to say you're awesome and you're strong to, you know, even not admit, that's not the right word, but to come out and say that happened to you.
Thank you.
You know, even while you were dealing with that personally and internally, you were helping others when they came out and said, this happened to me.
Yes. Yep.
Wow. Very strong of you.
Thank you.
So, in you dealing with your sexual assault, well, not dealing with, you have survived it.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so you are a survivor of that. So while you were going through that, while you were in the military, while helping others, help them overcome their own sexual assault, how? Let me see how I want to rephrase this question. How did that affect you, I guess, overall, like mentally, if it affected you physically, maybe even spiritually?
Oh, yeah. Well, it definitely affected me in all three areas.
Okay.
So let me start by saying this. For me personally, I was sexually abused as a child as well.
Okay.
Okay. So with that being said, my perpetrator was actually one of my guardians.
Oh, wow.
So unfortunately, I had already been conditioned to function, you know, in my everyday life, everyday taskings, while seeing my perpetrator and not being re-victimized.
Okay.
Okay. So I was able to see my perpetrator every day for over a year.
Wow.
without saying anything, and nobody seeing that I was acting like a victim, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
So at work, I was able to get up and go to work and do what I had to do, but it was when I was at home, you know, that was when I wasn't okay.
Okay.
You know, physically, I'm a stress eater,
Okay.
like most women.
Yes, a lot of us are.
Yes, I'm a stress eater. So I definitely gained weight.
Okay.
You know, which was detrimental to my career, because in the military you have to meet a certain height to weight requirement.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was difficult. I also experienced some hair loss.
Wow.
When I was going through this, and I mean, who wants to lose their hair, right?
Yeah. No
what
one
else?
does.
I would also say that it made it very difficult for me to talk to God about what was going on with me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big part of my spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
And so me not having God as an avenue, I found myself, if I couldn't talk to God about this,
Mm-hmm.
then I wasn't able to talk to anybody. So I isolated myself from my family, my friends.
Wow.
This was something that I in a way, I chose to deal with alone, even though I wasn't dealing with it properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in a way, you were just trying to cope with it, giving off the presentation to everyone else while at work that you're okay, that nothing has ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're by yourself, when you're at home, and it's just the only thing that's on your mind, it was hurting you.
Absolutely. It was.
Wow.
Yeah.
That just shows how brave you are in even coming here live with us today to even share your story.
Thank you.
So I do really commend you on that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So just a quick reflection of what we've covered so far. So you are a female veteran.
Yes.
So I want to thank you for your service. I think I forgot to do that. And so a lot of people that haven't even tried to get to know you just see you as this awesome woman with awesome hair, and you just have RBF, so you intimidate them already because you're beautiful and you look strong, and it's kind of scary. And so they don't want to try to, just say hi, get to know who you are, and really see the sweet person that you are. While in the military, you went through military sexual assault while you were also helping others in the area that were also sexually assaulted.
Mm-hmm.
And so it took you a little while to come out and say it affected you. We talk, physically, mentally, spiritually.
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely.
And so how did you begin your healing process in dealing with all of that?
Well, my healing process definitely started with therapy first.
Okay.
Now, I had been to therapy before, but I guess I just, my expectation of what I was looking for from a therapist, I don't think was ideal or realistic.
Okay.
I thought that me sitting on the couch talking to a therapist is what would make me feel better, but what I really needed was to be empowered, and I needed to, have as much control in my recovery as possible.
Okay.
So, so just so I can put it into perspective, when I was sexually assaulted in the military, my trauma was actually categorized as complex trauma. Okay. And complex trauma is when you experience a traumatic event, but there's also a moral injury involved. Okay. And a moral injury is something that isn't physical. Okay. It's an invisible wound. So when I joined the military, I made a promise to myself, that I would never be sexually assaulted again. I would never allow anybody to hurt me like that again, because now I'm an adult and I can take care of myself. And that was a promise that I made to myself. And when I joined the military, it happened.
Okay.
And so for me, that affected me a lot more than my sexual trauma did.
Okay.
Okay. So when I went to therapy this time, I made it clear to the therapist that I needed something where I can be empowered, because it took me over a year to go to therapy after I was sexually assaulted in the military.
Oh, wow.
And so at that point, I was fed up, I was motivated, I was ready for peace. and that's what I was looking for.
Okay.
So my therapist, who is awesome,
Yay.
she's a military therapist, she introduced me to what's called cognitive processing therapy, CPT.
Okay.
And it's a standardized intervention. It's 12 weeks. It comes with like this big binder of exercises, and it gave me the empowerment that I was looking for, because I was actually able to take credit for the progress that I was making.
Yes.
You know, my therapist was literally there to keep me on track and let me know what we were going to do in each session. But at the same time, I was sent home with worksheets and, you know, assignments. I did journaling, exercises, all kinds of stuff, so that I can understand what this moral injury had done to my conscious and subconscious thinking.
Okay.
And then from there, my therapist was actually able to help me figure out how to deal with those things that were revealed when I did my homework.
Okay.
So it was an awesome, 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 awesome intervention for me, because like I said, I felt empowered and I felt in control, which is something that I think a lot of women or men who have been victimized by sexual assault, that's what we need, right? Because when we're sexually assaulted, somebody is taking something from us.
Yes.
It's something that we can't control,
Yes.
you know? So when it comes to our recovery, I feel like it's imperative that we feel like we have that control to get our life back.
Yes.
And so that's what that intervention did for me. That's what CPT did for me. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice, but I'm extremely grateful for it, because it definitely helped me get back to being me.
Oh.
And a better version of me, actually.
Okay.
And so once I was able to, you know, get comfortable and confident after my during my CPT therapy, that's when I was able to start talking to God more.
Okay.
That's when I was able to be open and transparent. Not that you can hide anything from God, but
Yes.
I was able to have that humility to where I could actually talk to him about what was going on with me and how I was feeling, you know. So yeah, that is really what helped me heal. Like combining therapy, cognitive processing therapy, and my spirituality together is what really got me through it.
So I really love how, as you're speaking about that, it's like you're kind of displaying the importance of you regaining yourself in your healing in situations like being sexually assaulted.
Oh, absolutely.
I love that. I've never heard of CPT before, and so for us to kind of just learn about it from you briefly, you know, it's I think that whole empowerment factor, it's self-empowerment, and so it's like a lot of us, it hits us harder, or it stays with us harder because we're doing it, we're going through it, and so it's like you're the one learning how you're healing, and even through your healing, you got back to talking to God, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I can just see in you like this glow as you're talking about it, how it really did positively impact your life going through this type of healing.
Yeah, for sure.
So now that you've healed and you've grown and you're just this even awesomer woman that you probably were before, when she doesn't have RBF, y'all, okay, I'm here sitting with her, and I haven't seen.
Thank you.
I haven't seen RBF once during this whole conversation, okay?
I've been practicing.
You know what? You've been doing really good. You got it.
Oh, thank you.
So what advice would you give to your former self today? What advice from you today would you give to your former self?
Okay, so me today, you mean what I would say to the young lady that was going through this?
Yes.
So the advice that I would give my former self would be that that prayer works.
Okay.
And that there's no need to be bitter or feel any resentment towards your family or friends because they don't understand, and just trusting that Jesus is your ultimate confidant, that you can, you know, tell him your secrets and invite him to those dark places. But I think, let me see, even with all of that, I think the most important piece of advice that I would give to my former self is that there is peace in not forgetting.
Okay.
I think what I struggled with the most is I had convinced myself that I wasn't healed because I could not forget what happened to me.
Okay.
And so being able to identify that overcoming something and having peace
Mhm.
is different from forgetting something,
Mhm.
right? Like, I'll never forget what happened to me, but I'm able to make peace with it.
Okay.
So I think that if I would have known that, or if I would have recognized that back then, I think my healing would have been expedited.
Okay. That's powerful.
Thank you.
All right, G.I.Pain, I don't want you to go anywhere, so I hope you don't have any plans just yet.
No, you got me.
So we are about a couple of minutes away from our website going live and launching, so everyone can buy these lashes that are inspired by your story.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to take a couple minutes and direct our viewers to the website, and then we'll come back and finish off, okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, so for everyone listening, it is about that time. Make sure that at 11 o'clock you go to www.covertbeauties.com. That way you can purchase these lashes, the Never Judge a Book by its Covert Chapter 1 lash, which is inspired by G.I.Pain's story.
Yay.
Okay? And if you're a guy and you're not really into lashes, it's okay. You can buy them for someone else in your life, or buy this mirror. This mirror has LED lights, and it's really cool. You'll probably want to use it if your sister, your mom, or girlfriend even buy it, okay? It's okay. And so with Covert Beauty, none of these stories or the women that inspire the lashes personally proceed from the money that, or the profit that is made from their lashes.
That's right.
So with Covert Beauty, what we want to do is we want to help others that are in need. And so part of the proceeds that we gain from these lashes, we are pledging to give to RAIN, which is the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network.
Mm-hmm.
And the ladies that inspire these lashes actually get to choose the organization that some of the proceeds go to. And so G.I.Pain has chosen this awesome organization to help others in need. Also, if anyone has been hit emotionally or mentally or triggered in any way from hearing G.I.Pain's story, or know someone who, has also gone through this and may need a little more help, we have partnered with Aunt Bertha. Aunt Bertha is this awesome Google search for social services such as counseling, like the CPT that G.I.Pain shared with us today.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need a little bit more help, it's always okay to ask for help. Just make sure you go to our Contact Us tab on our website, www.covertbeauties.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom and you will see a search bar for Aunt Bertha. Just type in your zip code and you will see all the services that are available to you at reduced or no cost.
Yeah.
Okay? So everyone, it's 11. Go buy
Yes!
these lashes. But make sure you come back because we have some more gifts to give away. So come back at 11:10 a.m. See y'all soon.
We're coming back at 11:10.
11:10. All right, everyone, welcome back. We hope you visit our website, www.covertbeauties.com. Again, that is www.covertbeauties.com. Our Chapter 1 lash from the Never Judge a Book by its Covert collection is now for sale, as well as our LED self-reflection mirrors.
Yes.
So G.I.Pain is still in the house with us today.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm hoping everyone got the chance to hear her story earlier. It's very powerful, very inspirational, and such a huge help to others that are listening.
Thank you.
So it is now time for us to do our PR list spot giveaway.
Yeah.
And so for this contest right here that we're about to have, you must be a professional or a self-taught makeup artist with content in order to participate in this contest, okay? So, G.I.Pain.
Oh.
As our special guest, I have another proposition for you.
Okay.
Would you like, again, to ask the question to our makeup artists that are watching and listening, to see who gets the special PR list spots?
Sure.
Okay, and then you'll announce the winner too.
Okay.
All right. So I'm about to give you the question, and then whenever you're ready, just go ahead and ask it.
Okay. Okay. Hello, makeup artist. G.I.Pain here. Okay, so the question is, you have to, and okay, so I know that there were some people from the last contest. They went into our the Covert Beauty's DM
Yes.
and they submitted the answer to their questions there. So we want you to stay on the live page so we can see your answer. Okay. The question is, what celebrity makeup artist featured Covert Beauty's eyelashes in their latest YouTube video?
Okay.
What celebrity makeup artist featured Covert Beauty's eyelashes in their latest YouTube video? If you don't know, I suggest you run to the page really quick and look at the reviews highlight because it's in there. Is that cheating?
Okay, no, because we didn't say you couldn't give them a hint.
Okay, so if you don't know Instagram Live, I would run off and go look at the review highlight. The YouTube video link is there with the name of the celebrity makeup artist. Good luck.
And if you're on Facebook, make sure you log into your Instagram because the PR list giveaway is for those that are on Instagram Live only. So go ahead and log off Facebook, switch over to Instagram.
Yeah, come to Facebook because come to Instagram. I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's okay.
Come to Instagram, Facebook because the winners are going to be selected on Instagram for this giveaway.
Yes.
Looks like people are doing some research.
Yes. So we'll just give them just a couple minutes to do their research, pop back in, and give us their answer.
Okay.
So while they're doing that, G.I.Pain, again, I do want to commend you for coming up on our live today at our launch party and even being willing to share your story with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really like the fact that you guys don't try to like give me any money for sharing my story. Like, I understand that's the difference between having an eyelash inspired by your story or dedicated to your story.
Yes.
But I like the fact that I was able to pick the organization that I wanted a portion of the proceeds to go to and, you know, just contribute to other people's healing. The more resources out there, the better.
Yes. Okay.
All right, so, okay.
Looks like someone answered.
So we have one answer so far, I guess, maybe.
Maybe. We're going to give everyone else.
We need, I don't want to say the answer and then somebody else says it.
That would be cheating.
I know, so I'm
Yes.
going to wait. Who else? So big shout out to Miss Cecilia. She actually stopped in the middle of her makeup tutorial and she gave a shout out to me. Well, she doesn't know it was me, but she gave a shout out to me for telling my story, and she just pretty much, you know, gave us her blessing and just told everybody pretty much how, you know, she rocks with Covert Beauty because of what they stand for. And same here. So yes, Miss Nene Monroe, that is correct. Cecilia Beauty Stylist LA. She is the celebrity makeup artist that featured our eyelashes, and so you have officially made it to the PR list for Covert Beauty.
Yes.
So that means that you will be receiving all of the new products before they launch for review, and then you can make videos and give shout outs to Covert Beauty and all of that cool stuff and whatever awesome stuff they have planned for you.
Some awesome stuff. So Ms. Nene Monroe, I would like to personally welcome you to the Covert Beauty PR list.
Yay!
All right, Miss Beautiful G.I.Pain. We are about at the end of our podcast episode here today.
Okay.
Again, I do want to thank you and commend you for coming up here and letting us hear your story in your own words. This is really awesome and inspiring, and I hope that you stay involved, that we keep in touch,
Yeah.
and you can go, you can tell your friends and family to support you, and,
I
and go
will.
buy these lashes and mirrors too, okay?
I will. This is bucket list to have an eyelash inspired by my story.
Yeah.
There's so many people out there that experience similar or even more.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just glad to be a part of it. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Of course. We love you here at Covert Beauty and your family forever.
Thank you.
All right, so everyone else that is still here with us, we do have some more information for upcoming news at Covert Beauty. We will be launching a brand new lash this November. Okay, so ladies, that's fall time. And this new lash is going to be a little bit more dramatic. So start practicing your fall makeup now.
Ooh.
And those that are on our PR list, Miss Nene Monroe, you just won right on time, because before these lashes launch in November, you will be receiving a pack of these lashes to try them out, see how you like them. I think you'll love them, but I can't tell you how you feel about the lashes. And so also for those of y'all that are still here with us, we have a promo code for you that you can use on the website whenever we're done here, and you can go buy some more lashes and some more mirrors.
Oh, wow. Party favor?
Party favor. We can't give out candy at an online launch party, so we have a promo code that can be used online for 15% off your purchase, and that promo code is LAUNCH19. LAUNCH19 for 15% off your purchase at www.covertbeauties.com. So make sure y'all are stocking up on these Never Judge a Book by its Covert Chapter 1 lash, because the lash that comes in November is going to be from a totally new collection. Totally new story, another strong, inspiring woman, and we cannot wait for y'all to hear her story and start wearing that lash inspired by that story, because they're beautiful. So again, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in with us at our first ever online live podcast episode of the It's Time to Uncovert podcast.
Yes.
And for joining us for our online launch party to launch our website. Again, that website is www.covertbeauties.com. Make sure y'all go get these lashes and mirrors before they get sold out, okay? This is Covert Agent 0615. And I'm just so excited that everyone was here today. Thank you so much for the support. We love everyone that's here. Thank y'all for the involvement. And you know what? I want to say I am really impressed at how much information y'all already knew. And if this is your first time being involved in just learning about Covert Beauties, feel free to visit the website, look us up, see what our values are, what we do, what we're here for. And always, if you ever have any more information or want any more information or have any questions, there is a Contact Us tab that you can email us at, and someone on our staff will get to you right away. Mm-hmm. So this is Covert Agent 0615. Again, before I sign off, I want to make sure y'all have that promo code. It's LAUNCH19, okay? LAUNCH19 for 15% off your total purchase at www.covertbeauties.com. All right? I love y'all. You'll have a wonderful Sunday. And remember, it's time to uncovert.
Yes.
Thank you for listening. All residual pain related to the content of this message will self-destruct in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.